over serving you.
Let me ask you this: do you have because I'm trying to recollect incidents of recent time in which that's happened. Do you have a favorite?
I have one in mind.
Feed me, because I'm trying to figure.
I think it might have been 2 years ago, Jib, maybe, where Rob started walking home and your shoe was flapping and you couldn't get into the hotel room.
Oh, that was a good one.
Okay, that's a good one. But I'm gonna. Okay,
that reminded you of a different one.
This is my favorite Rob overserved moment. This is years ago. I mean, going back on, I think the first time we ever went to Comic-Con for GameSpot. So we're going back a long time ago. And Robbie and I went to a party. For starters, we'd had some drinks. Oh, no, she asked the question. Now I
think until the flop sweat story.
No, not the flop sweat story.
Okay.
This is we're at the party, and for whatever reason, Robbie gets himself in a tizzy and storms out of the party because he's been overserved. He's not thinking right. He storms out of the party.
Someone said.
I didn't. What happened?
You missed that. I just tried to use my whiskey as a microphone.
As long as you don't drink the sound system.
Someone said something that knocked my noise out.
Somebody said something that really chapped his hide, and so he stormed out without telling me. He left. He's walking around, he's doing whatever, and I get at some point later, I'm like, "Where's Robbie?" I was talking to some of our friends. I don't know what happened to Robbie. I get a phone call from Rob. Hello? I'm lost, Rich. I'm lost. He didn't treat me right. He crossed the line, Rich. Just stormed out. Now I'm lost, Rich. I'm like, all right, calm down. Can't calm down, Rich. I don't know where I am. Mean streets of San Diego. Susceptible. I'm susceptible. All right, calm down, man. Where are you? I don't know, Rich. The street, in front of a building. I was like, okay, just hit a flat. I'm going to stay on the phone with you. We need to get you home. Just hail a cab. Call a cab. Stay on the phone with me. Call a cab. All right, Rich. Cab just blew me off, Rich. Bad night. I'm like, just stay on it. See you the next one. Go. I just hailed a cab, Rich. Pulled over, Rich. I'm getting in. All right, tell the cab driver what hotel we are. I'm like, all right. Where I am for the party. I give him the address. And he's all right. Takes the cab back. I go out, and I literally went out front. The bartender the bouncer. I walked outside waiting for him. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm waiting for my friend. He's stormed out of here." "Oh yeah, guy, beard, yeah, hi." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, he's real upset." I'm like, yeah. He said somebody did him wrong. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's him." He pulls up, gets out. He's like, cab driver, peels out. I'm like, "We made it back, but I don't know where it was, Rich. Got rejected out there, got lost out here. Get me home, Rich." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." I hailed a cab, and I'm like, "Where the hell were you?" He goes, "I don't know." And so he pulled out the phone that had the Uber. It was an Uber he'd used. It pulled out the Uber information, and I realized that Rob had called an Uber from the front of our hotel. He'd actually gone home. He'd gone back to the hotel, not recognized it, thought he was lost. Caught an Uber back to me so we can catch an Uber back to the hotel. Personal favorite. Thank you for the question.
I have one.
Oh, my favorite is somebody in the audience, like 10 people in the audience. We have one.
No, it's kind of a me over serving you story to a certain extent. I travel a lot. I go to a lot of different time zones, and I like to sometimes bring Ambien with me so that I don't have a sleepless night before I have to sing the next day. Rob knows that, and he was like, "Hey man, this was, I don't know how many, 4 years ago?"
Yeah, Rich came the next day, I remember. He had something to do with it was just me, you, and Ty Olson.
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's a rock solid start.
Yeah.
So, it's a very long story, but the short version is...
I'd never done Ambien before.
And he was asking me about it, and I was explaining. I was like, hey, and he was like, "Can I have one? I really need to sleep tonight because we have to work tomorrow." And I was like, "Yeah, man, of course." And don't put this online. Apparently, this is a felony, but whatever. So I was like, "Yeah, man, of course you can have one." And I was as I was holding it in my hand to hand it to him, I was like, so listen, they're powerful stuff. Like if you've never had one before, go upstairs, brush your teeth, take a shower if you want to, put on your pajamas, get in bed, check Twitter or Instagram, call the family, turn the phone off, then take it. And Rob goes, I said, buddy, and he looked at me and goes, was that bad? Cut to an hour later. Robbie has a slightly glazed look. Ty Olson is trying to convince me to let him take Rob out on the town in Rome. He's like, man, come on. He's like, he wants to go. And Rob's like, I want to go. I'm fine. We can go. And I'm like, and I looked at him, I was like, Rob, you're not gonna, and then I looked at Ty, and I was like, he is not gonna remember any of this in the morning. He's totally blacked out right now. None of this is happening. And so finally, I
wake up the next morning in my bed.
Well, I put Rob to bed. I told Ty, no, you may not have Rob.
And in my memory, I took the thing and said, is that bad? Next thing I know, I wake up.
Don't blister your hands applauding just yet.
It took a long time to get Rob into his room, in bed, as I finally did it. I was so proud of myself. I walk out of the room, the door shuts. I'm walking down the hallway, I push the button for the elevator, and I hear, time. And I was like, I give up. I'm going to sleep, I give up.
You were just saying Ty into an empty hallway full of people? No one?
No, he came out and got me.
He doesn't know. Because he doesn't
He
remember.
said Ty in front of us.
So Ty says that what happens next, we go in his room, I bring my guitar and said, I'm going to play you a song. Because he had to send an email about something business-wise. So he's working on this thing. And he's like, after I do this, we're going out. I was like, okay, I'm going to play you a song. And halfway through this song, I fell asleep on the guitar. I was like, you know.
So Ty did the responsible thing and took you out of the town.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like teaching architecture. Like on the guitar, and so and then somehow I got to bed. So I woke up the next morning to a phone call from Jason going, just want to make sure you're okay. And I remember nothing. So I was like, what do you mean? He said, Ty was going to take you out of the town, and you were going to let him. Did you guys go? And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know if we did. So we were there. I was nervous for all that I had gone out.
You were like, I have zero recollection. And I was like, listen, I don't know what happened, but I know you left your room. That's all I know.
Yeah. So fortunately it wasn't.
But thankfully, Ty, being one of the boys, he didn't let you off the hook too easily. Because the next morning he was like, Ty, listen, I don't remember what happened last night. Tell me I just went back to bed. And Ty goes, that's what you want to think, man. That's fine. Sure, you went to bed. Let's just say that.
Good for Ty.
Which kind of inspired Rich and my story in Kings of Con, where I wake up in Rome and I don't know where I am and I don't know what's happening.
Which you filmed on the 1-year anniversary
of Ty
taking you,
roofing me.
Right.
It's funny, Rob, and for those of you who've seen Kings of Con and seen the piece we did in Rome, we shot that without knowing if we had a show, and we definitely didn't have a script. We shot that ending thinking, well, if we ever get a show, we'll just write an episode that leads to this ending. We literally shot the ending first, and then had to make sure that Rob had the same sunglasses and shirt from that a year later.
Thank God I still owned that.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.